The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. He received the first U.S. patent for the invention of the telephone on March 7, 1876. Charles Babbage is credited with inventing the concept of a programmable computer in the 1830s. Thomas Edison is credited with inventing the first commercially viable incandescent light bulb in 1879. Charles Fritz is credited with inventing the first practical solar cell in 1883. The water clock, or clepsydra, was significantly improved by Ctesibius, also known as Ctesibios, around 250 BCE. The battery was invented by Alessandro Volta in 1800. The steam engine was invented by Thomas Savery in 1698. The airplane was invented by Orville and Wilbur Wright on December 17, 1903. Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen discovered X-rays on November 8, 1895. The camera, as we know it today, has evolved through many stages, but Joseph Nicephore Niepce is credited with creating the first permanent photographic image using a camera in 1826 or 1827. The printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg around 1440 in Mainz, Germany. Compass was invented by ancient Chinese. The World Wide Web was invented by Tim Berners-Lee and Robert Caliao in 1989. Guglielmo Marconi is credited with inventing the first successful wireless telegraph, or radio, in 1896. The first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, was launched by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957.
To subscribe.
Carl Dries invented the first bicycle, known as the Lauf machine or running machine, in 1817. Jacob Perkins is credited with inventing the first practical refrigerator in 1834. Martin Cooper is credited with inventing the first handheld cellular mobile phone in 1973. The invention of optical lenses is indeed attributed to the ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamians. The earliest known lenses, made of polished glass, date back to around 700 BC. Robert Adler is credited with inventing the wireless television remote control in 1956. Louis Pasteur developed the process of pasteurization in the 1860s. Calculus was independently invented by both Sir Isaac Newton and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in the late 17th century. While Newton developed his ideas around the mid-1660s, Leibniz published his work. In 1684, Joseph Priestley described the erasing properties of natural rubber in 1770. The modern silvered glass mirror was invented by Justus von Liebig, a German chemist, in 1835. The Global Positioning System, GPS, was primarily developed by Roger L. Easton, Ivan A. Getting, and Bradford Parkinson early 1970s. DNA fingerprinting was invented by Sir Alec Jeffreys in 1984. The friction match was invented by John Walker in 1827. The hypodermic syringe was actually invented by Francis Rind in 1844. The Coleman lantern was invented by William Coffin Coleman in 1914. The crossword puzzle was invented by Arthur Wynne in 1913. The first electric traffic light was invented by Lester Farnsworth-Wire in 1912. Edwin Drake is best known for drilling the first successful oil well in 1859 in Titusville, Pennsylvania. The corkscrew was invented by Reverend Samuel Henshaw in 1795. The periodic table of elements was invented by Dmitry Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, in 1869.
Don't forget to subscribe.